Hi everyone, second last week of treatment is now complete. I can't believe I only have 4 more days to go next week. Here's how this week went. The countdown is on. I've now started my second last week of treatment. Today I started off with physiotherapy, then infrared sauna. I had my 10 pass or 15 pass, and then my 3 IVs. A lot of people have asked me about post-treatment and am I coming straight back to Australia? The answer to that is no, and that's on the advice of my medical team, especially my GP back in Australia. He's seen people come for treatment and then not give themselves enough recovery time at this end, try and do the long flight and then undo some of the results because their body just can't handle everything that's been thrown at it. So on advice, I am staying in Cyprus for another 10 days after I finish treatment, just to relax, give my body time to recover because it has been through a lot in the past 7 weeks. So I am going to spend a few nights in Paphos, then I have a week in Larnaca. Then I'm catching the plane to Dubai. I'm stopping in Dubai for 5 days and then doing the second half of the plane flight home. I think it's going to be much better breaking it up because I really did struggle with that long flight on the way over here. So that's the plan of attack at this point in time. Today I started off with my IVs, the ozone bags on my legs, and then autohemotherapy. Then I had colonic hydrotherapy. Everything's still going really well there. I have 1 more session next week, and we've actually joked I'll have the best digestive system in the whole of Cyprus by the time I'm finished because I've had so many of those treatments. Then I had a massage to finish off. I have been contacted by numerous people now who have Lyme disease and are wanting to come to Cyprus for treatment and wanting cost estimates. It's very hard to work out cost estimates because what I've spent might not be what someone else needs to spend. Because I'm at the extremely severe end of Lyme disease, I'm very late stage and I have a lot of specific requirements. So for example, I've done a 7-week program, not a 4-week program of treatment, which is the standard. I had to fly business class because of my heart condition to stop me going into tachycardia. I have to stay at the end for longer before I'm well enough to fly back, and I had to allow 10 days when I got here to recover from the flight. I had specific accommodation requirements. I needed disability equipment. So my trip has ended up costing a lot of money. In saying that, the actual treatment part of the cost, I think, is very reasonably priced. When I compare what I pay for sessions of things in Australia, for example, in Australia, I pay $240 for 1 session of physiotherapy. Here, I've had 18 sessions worked into my program, and it's worked out at a really good rate for me. So I think the treatment part for me has actually been the most reasonably priced. I know there are clinics around the world that inflate their prices because they're dealing with people with disability. I haven't found that clinic I'm at. It's all the other costs that have made it so expensive, you know, the airfares, accommodation, all those other bits. That's what's put the price up. So I'm happy to send my cost estimates for my treatment and all the other expenses I've had to people if you've sent me a message on Facebook or email me. But what I will also do is give you the WhatsApp number for the patient liaison at the clinic who has said it's fine for me to give her number out to people who are interested in coming here. Then she will put together a program with the doctor for you that meets your specific needs. Because like I said, the program I'm having probably isn't right for everyone. So they're best equipped to deal with that as they're the medical people. But I'm more than happy to answer any questions anyone has. You can comment them below on the YouTube videos even if you like. Long night last night. I had a bad night, especially with heart rate and blood pressure and everything that comes with that. Had to get up a few times to take my emergency meds, but it has settled down a bit now. The good thing is I used to have bad nights around 6 nights a week. Now that number has significantly gone down since I've been here. Today I started off with Icon, the lymphatic drainage. Then I had water balance, infrared sauna, my 3 IVs and ozone bags on my legs. Tomorrow, you guessed it, it's another public holiday here. I am told that there isn't public holidays every week year round. It's just been while I've been here. But it's actually a good thing because it gives me a chance to rest a bit. And I think it's been great for my body being able to handle the treatment. So day off tomorrow, then back into it on Friday. We're down to 1 week to go, which I cannot believe. It just seems to have gone so quickly, but at the same time dragged on forever. It's a bit of a combination of both and a bit of mixed emotions about leaving. I do have some company for my last week. I have a fellow Lyme patient who has arrived today from Paphos, and we've been speaking online because he's been watching my YouTube videos. And then there's another Aussie coming in early next week as well. So it'd be good to have some company on the daily entrance to the clinic. Most people are only coming in once or twice a week. At the moment, I'm the only one that seems to be in every day. So it will be nice to see some other faces, although I am sad that they also have to go through all this as well. Bit of a rough day today. Started off with UFO. I had physiotherapy, infrared sauna, 3 IVs and 10 pass. Was meant to be 15 pass, but around 9 passes in, I got the feeling of what's called pre-syncope. And for those who don't know what that is, it's the feeling you get before you actually pass out. For me, it's a normal daily occurrence. I can go into pre-syncope by standing up or walking to the door. It happens all the time. So I know what to do. Pretty much I need to recognize the signs, which for me are going clammy, starting to tremor, feeling really dizzy, feeling sick, feeling like I'm losing control of bodily functions. And then I just need to take emergency meds if I need them, which are prescribed by my cardiologist back in Australia, and lay down. If I can do all that quickly, recognize the signs, I can stop myself fully blacking out. So it's not something that was brought on specifically by the treatment. Today is the first time it's ever happened while I've been on 10 pass. It's just one of those things my body does as a patient with severe dysautonomia. What was interesting today, as I said, it's the first time it's ever happened while I've had a needle in my arm for 10 pass. And when I said to the nurse, we need to stop now because if we don't, I'm going to pass out, she clicked on that something was wrong because she could tell my veins were starting to shut down, which is part of the autonomic nervous system, which sends my body into fight or flight mode. She couldn't even flush the line. So we both agreed we would stop at 10 pass. I had physiotherapy afterwards, so I could lay down for an hour. Got a taxi home, now just going to rest. I catch up with my cardiologist on a regular basis every couple of months to see where we're at with it. It's just the nature of these illnesses. One thing I will say though is that prior to coming to Cyprus, the frequency of the pre-syncope and the syncope, which is when you actually fully do pass out, was on the increase, and it has been for the last few years. Since I've been in Cyprus, it's on the decrease, and I credit that to the treatment. So that is a win. Even though I'm still having bad days, I will still take as a win the fact that those bad days are decreasing and I'm not passing out as much as I used to. Feeling much better today. I'd actually go as far as to say I feel good today. I have found that after having a bad day, I am bouncing back a lot quicker than I ever did before, which is another sign that treatment is definitely working. Today was an easy day in the clinic. I just had UFO, my 3 IVs, and ozone bags on my legs. Everything was smoothly, apart from I blew a vein again. But 2 blown veins in 6 weeks, I think is actually pretty good. I've had days in hospital in Australia where I've blown 6 veins in one day. So 2 in 6 weeks, I'll take that as a win as well. It's a bit like the United Nations in the clinic at the moment, because there's people from every country here. I've made friends with people from Germany, America, Cyprus, Greece, Turkey. People are just coming in from right around the world to come and see this doctor. It's quite amazing. What I've also found interesting is that even though people are here a lot for the same illness, I've met quite a few people here for tick-borne disease. Everyone's program is totally different, even though we're treating the same illness. And that's because they take the time to learn what your symptoms are, the severity of those symptoms, and prioritize what's important for you and schedule your treatment program around that. So I do like the individualized programming. Today was my last Saturday round of treatment, which is so exciting. And now tomorrow being Sunday, clinic shut, I am going to be pulling out the suitcase, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but starting to pack all my stuff, ready to leave and relax after treatment before heading home.